In this video, I'm going to show you how to work the knitted turned hem. I use this technique in my Acadia Loop cowl, which is what I'm working on right here. And as you can see, I worked in stockinette stitch in the round for a while at the beginning, about an inch worth. And then I did a purl round to create this ridge. And then I worked in stockinette stitch in the round again up here. So I have about equal amounts of stockinette stitch above and below this ridge here. Now, the first step that I recommend in doing your turned hem is you actually want to place a removable marker into the first cast on stitch. So here's our tail here. And although we'll be flipping this up like this, before we do that, let's place this removable marker into the first cast on stitch, which you can tell here's your tail. And I'm just going to place it right in this loop next to it. You don't even have to secure it, just keep it there for just a second. Now to work that turned hem row, you're just going to flip this part up so that your ridge is now going to be the bottom of the cowl. And I just had one more stitch to knit on the previous row. You can actually go ahead and remove your beginning of round marker just for this round. So I'm turning the hem up. Now first I'm going to knit into the first stitch on my needle. And then I want to knit into that first cast on stitch. And this is why it was helpful to have that removable marker, because the first one could just be a little tricky. So I'm going to go ahead and put my needle into it. And then I'm going to remove that marker. Okay, so I have this stitch on my right needle and this stitch on my left needle. And then I'm going to knit them together. So I pull that loop through both. Okay, now I'm going to do the next stitch. So insert your needle into the next stitch on the left needle. Then flip this up, and now you want to go into the next cast on stitch. So it's easy now that once we have the first one on there. So then the next one is going to be right here. And then knit those two together. Okay, we'll do that again. Insert it into the next stitch, then flip this up, and then go into the next cast on stitch, and then knit them together. So you'll just continue in this manner through the whole round. As you can see, we're starting to see what that turned hem looks like. Here it is on the other side. So you'll continue in this manner all the way back to the beginning of the round, which you can tell right over here. And once you get to that point, you want to put your beginning of round marker again, and then you just follow along with the pattern as instructed. So that is how you work the knitted turned hem.